Over the past few days, my mock draft, the ultimate Steelers mock draft, has gotten some heat. Let me be clear. I'm not a draft guy, and I think that mock drafts really they're just a bit of fun. You want to try and go and get your center, get your right tackle, get a receiver, all those kind of things. Get players, yes, that you think the Steelers will move up to get in a trade or move back, or what the Steelers need. They need center, they need right tackle, they need receiver, defensive line, all that kind of stuff. But for this certain mock draft, I was kind of over it, and I put it out there. And yes, there wasn't too much sarcasm hinted, but if you see the names, it's all sarcasm. All of it. Now, I'm not discrediting the actual people. Brian Dooley, Frank Gore Jr. I'm not discrediting those players at all in my mock draft. Not at all. They're football players. They're going through college. They have a chance to get drafted or become undrafted. I'm just going off the mock that would happen. Is it's likely, not going to happen. So I did this mock draft the other day, and this is causing quite a stir. I've got at 20 Rusty Stats. That bloke, I don't know him from a bar or so. Rusty Stats, besides his cool last name, awesome first name, put them both together, he's ranked in this college draft, I think like 100 or something like that, cent or, 80 overall, something like that. He's all the way down the bottom. That's why I chose him. Then I had Luke McCaffrey because the Steelers always have links to siblings or Joey Porter Jr., Cameron Hayward's brother, Connor Hayward. The list goes on. TJ Watt, Derek Watt. Mike Tomlin likes guys like that. Luke McCaffrey is the brother of Christian McCaffrey. Then I got Frank Gore Jr. And yes, I probably shouldn't be getting those guys way too high. But if you read through those first three names, you start to think, oh, this is not really a serious draft. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And there's a point though. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, I'm doing it on purpose, right? And soon enough, I'm going to read out some comments and give them a bit of shout out because I got roasted. And some aren't too bad, but basically, it's all sarcasm. It's all sarcasm, right? Got to have a bit of fun during this time. I then chose and I saw Brian Dooley. And the reason why I picked up Brian Dooley, and now also I did learn his story via Matty Peverill, did a really good video on this on his channel, Steelers TDU, Touchdown Under, talked about Brian Dooley, how he gave away his scholarship, this bloke here, and I would love to try and get him on the channel if I can. Brian Dooley gave away his scholarship to another bloke on the team that needed it. So he gave it to one of his mates on the offensive line and helped him out. So doing like the selfless things, not doing it for himself, but doing it for another teammate. The ultimate teammate move, giving up something that he has to another person, which I think was awesome, right? So I'm not laughing at this bloke, nor am I laughing at or mocking the players here. I just chose for this mock draft guys that to me had cool or interesting or slightly funny names, right? As the list goes on. I had Jesus Gibbs. I was like, I've never heard of that bloke in my life. Let's hire who better than Jesus to work at the edge position. Then I chose Stephen Jones. He's a big fellow too. I saw a story on him. He's like 6'5", 340 something pounds, big guy, offensive lineman, Stephen Jones. He would be quite interesting to see if the Steelers were to get him. Then I chose the last two guys, AJ Vong Fa Chan, I think it is, linebacker, and Beanie Bishop. And lastly, with Beanie Bishop, I think he has been linked to the Steelers. I think he turned up for one of the 30 pro days. I'm pretty sure he turned up to Heinz Field, and the Steelers met with Beanie Bishop. So he could be a late round pick going for cornerback. It might happen. Anyways, so I went through the list. I put this out there to the universe. I said on Steelers Nation Australia, I did my mock draft, and I said this. I read this comment out, right? I said this the ultimate mock draft. I'm so happy with this draft. Here we go, Steelers. Rusty Stats might be my favorite name, or Brian Hooley Dooley, because here we have Hooley Dooley University, HDU. We've been building a brand inside of Steeler Nation Oz, also HDU with our members, viewers, subscribers who help me out and support me on that level too. And if you are a member, I do appreciate your time, support, and all the coin and energy that comes this way to the channel. It helps me do more videos, helps me keep be pumped up about videos, helps me keep this brand going moving forward. So when I say that, it was Rusty Stats, my favorite name, or Brian Dooley, right? Hooley Dooley University. I would love to get a Dooley jersey if the Steelers were to pick this guy up, maybe as like an undrafted guy, free agent or whatever it may be, like after the draft. Now, the bit that you're here for, 5 minutes in, right? If you made it this far, I got a few comments that I want to bring up. Okay, here's one of them here. This is terrible. My apologies. I didn't cut out the background. So this is terrible, he says, right? It's meant to be a mock. The next one. Here it is. He says here, bruh, these names, though, the F is going on here. All sarcasm. All meant to be a bit of fun, a bit of a mock. Next one. Here we go. We had Jeremy Blackman says, no, doesn't like my draft at all. Next one. We had Scotty Hooper says, stop smoking the wacky weed. If you can't figure out that this whole thing, which is the mock, and I'm so close to I just want the Steelers draft to happen. It needs to happen next. With too many rumors. It's in 2 weeks' time. I'm keen to see who the Steelers get at center, right tackle, all those kind of things. I want to see this team build, and then we can start to figure out what happens next into the offseason, right? So I'm keen. But Scotty says, stop smoking the wacky weed. Don't do that stuff, all right? Here we go. Next one. This bloke here says, dude, this would be a disaster. That's a fair call. I think you might understand this would be a mock draft. Next one. We had here another one I didn't cut out the back. That's right. That's my other mate. Sorry, I'll go back to that one in a second. Last one. Says here, so dumb. So dumb. It's a mock. This mock is mocking the mock. You have to mock the mock, right? Here's my last one where I didn't cut it in the back. Says here, what a mock, mocking the mock brother. That's all I wanted to do. At this point in time, I'm really getting over these mock drafts and the players going here because there's so many options. You can go receiver, maybe in the second. You can go center. If they go center in the first round, you can drop back to center in the second round, maybe third round. Right tackle, I feel like they're going to go and get him up there. You know what I mean? They might go defensive line on the second. We got to just wait and see to what Omar Khan does. So when I did this, my intent and purpose was just to have fun. Really have fun. I love the name Rusty Stats. I would like to see, McCaffrey do well. Frank Gore Jr., his dad was an awesome running back. I think he's rated in yards 3rd overall. I think he has 18,000 yards or something like that in his career. So he now gets a shot. Frank Gore Jr. to live up to his father's name. And Brian Dooley's a good bloke. Stephen Jones, a massive guy. And Beanie Bishop was a pretty cool name. Overall, this mock draft just caused a bit of stir on the internet. I was like, it's not that crazy big of a deal. All I'm doing is mocking the mock. And I think this might be my last mock. Unless I really do a serious one in the next few days, I don't know. We'll see how we go. But overall, just a bit of fun, right? Just a bit of fun. So don't freak out. I keep telling you guys over and over and over, I'm not a draft guy. I'm keen for the draft, though. I'm keen for this point with round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, whatever. I'm keen to jump on the draft show and do a live 3 days in a row. Me and Matty Peverill were doing some lives together, working some things out, trying to do draft coverage for 6, 7, 8 hours to talk football and watch who we pick. I'm keen for that. I'm keen. I'm just over the point of the mock drafts are now up to mock draft 6.0, 7.0, 8.0, 9.0, 10.0, 11.0, which means that in that sense, you have to get something right because every time Mel Kiper Jr. does a mock draft, he chooses a different player. So he's gonna hit on some players and lose on others. Anyways, guys, that's it. Look, the mock draft I did the other day, it was no way near serious. I drafted a bloke called Rusty Stats in my first overall pick. That should have been the giveaway saying it was not a serious mock draft at all, right? And I put a poll out the other day too on the channel. I believe I said, I believe I said, are mock drafts overrated? And you guys came back said, and with a vote, I'll try and put up right now. Mock drafts overrated was yes. 79 votes had 87%. 87% said mock drafts are overrated. So I know the audience out there is like me. They just want the draft to happen so we can go and get the young blokes coming in, wear black and gold, find their numbers, and find their role and spot going into the offseason and getting Russell Wilson and Justin Fields to sling the football around and start to get this season moving. The mock drafts are almost over because you guys have said it. 79 votes, 87% said it's overrated. Doesn't mean anything. That's why I had a bit of fun with it. Okay, cool. Anyways, that's my mock. Rusty, Luke, Frank Gore Jr., Brian Hooley Dooley, Jesus Gibbs, Stephen Jones, AJ Von Farchan, Beanie Bishop Jr. I might get one of those players, right? Maybe they might get Beanie Bishop as a cornerback in the later rounds. We don't know. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later.